Hi! Thank you so much for joining me for your March 2017 Written in the Stars Taroscope. My name is Madeline and I've been studying astrology and reading tarot for a little over 20 years, and on this channel I do 2 readings per video. First, your Taroscope, a broad overview of the story that you're going to experience this month, and then my Fiercely Focused spread, which I do at the end of the video, which gives you a really specific theme for your month and some concrete action steps you can take to make the most of this March. So this month, the new moon moves into Aries on the 28th of March, and that is considered the astrological new year. So this is a fantastic time to write down your intentions, write down your goals, and I'd really like you to keep that in mind as you go through your reading. What kind of seeds of intention would I like to plant as we leap forward into spring and into the new year? So I really hope you enjoy it and find it really empowering for your month. I would love to hear from you, so, like if you like it, subscribe if you want more, and please let me know what you think in the comments or on social media. I've linked all that stuff below if you're interested. I would love to hear from you. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you have a great month, and without further ado, on to your March Taroscope. Hey, Scorpio. Thank you so much again for joining me. I am super excited to see what's ahead for you this month. Woo! That's so funny, because I was going to say, particularly because of that new moon in Aries coming up at the end of the month, which is like the astrological new year, like the best night, other than your own personal birthday, your solar return, as an astrologer would say, for you to set intentions. Like, consider it the real, quote-unquote, the energetic New Year's Eve, I should say, because, New Year's Eve is cool and everything, but for me and for some other people, this is really the new year. This is when we spring into spring. Aries is like the beginning and the equinox. Wow. And you've definitely got some new beginnings coming to you, Scorpio. Look at that. What a big way to kick off your reading. Okay, Scorpio. March. What does Scorpio need to know for their highest good in March 2017? Scorpio. March, wow. Scorpio, March 2017. Yay! Oh, okay, and Scorpio, you will see me turning these upside down cards right side up. I'm an intuitive reader, so I do not interpret reversed cards as changed in their meaning or muted, unless that's the impression that Spirit gives me. Because I read intuitively, I listen to what they have to say about it, and if they are pointing out like a perversion or change in the message, I'll definitely share that with you though. Okay, let's make sure you can see everybody here. Before we finish up the story, make sure you can see all your characters. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio, March 2017. If you can hear like a heavy breather, Scorpio, it's so appropriate that he shows up for your video. But my heavy breathing cat, Thurman Merman, is at my feet. My poor buddy has allergies. Oh, hi bud. Okay, Scorpio. March. Woo! Oh my goodness. Scorpio, they want to tell you everything. Alright. I get it. Their minds are clogged. That's what Spirit just said. Like, whoa, this should be a much bigger spread. But hey, Scorpio, I don't want to keep you here for like 3 hours for this reading, okay? Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know for their highest good? March 2017. Spirit. Okay. Makes sense to me. Okay, Scorpio, no bones about it. March is bringing tremendous change, and it's powerful, and it's going to throw some of you. Luckily, you're the sign of transformation, and I'm feeling for some of you, you have detonated this transformation, this explosion, this tower yourself, or this has already occurred. I want to say that many of you you're leaving. You are going to be the fool, starting a new journey. Tabula rasa, changing everything, burying the hatchet and cleaning the slate and moving on because something, it isn't fitting anymore. Some of you had been trying to jam yourself into a shed skin, and it's like, no, this just doesn't fit anymore. I shed this skin, this situation, this relationship, this person, this job, whatever this is, Scorpio, because these are general readings for every Scorpio of sun, moon, and rising, so Spirit sends a lot of messages. But whatever this is in your personal life that you have shed or been thrown from, like you have unwillingly shed it, you're being set on a new adventure. There's new growth coming to you, and it feels unfair. It feels robbed. That's what they just said. You feel robbed. And I am not one to invalidate your feelings, Scorpio. If you're feeling robbed, you feel that. But you need to also know that you're very powerful this month. And your intuition and your ability to manifest, in particular, both of those things are very powerful this month. You open up your reading as the Queen of Wands and notice that her consort, the King of Wands, is down here. Like, that is no joke. You don't have any other court cards here. You managed to pull just the Queen and King of a certain suit together. That's powerful stuff. That's powerful indications of partnership. And look at this nice little diagonal. Right between them is the Two of Cups. The coupledom, the partnership, the equality. Okay, so for those of you who have left relationships, you need to know that there is something better out there for you. Something better suited is coming to you, okay? So have the faith. The Fool is about faith. And the Temperance is like alchemy. The alchemy that comes with balance, and balance often means letting something go or having something taken from you, Scorpio. And you are the sign of alchemy. You are the sign of transformation, of depth psychology, of understanding and perspective. And you are getting so much of that this month. The High Priestess is the second card right there next to the Queen of Wands. And it's like they could be sisters because they're both magical as fuck, intuitive as hell. Like, and the difference is, though, that the Queen of Wands is a lot more out there and charismatic and like, wears her confidence on her sleeve, whereas the High Priestess has more of a you energy, more of the classic Scorpio, like, quiet, mysterious, like, like, I'm just here, knowing everything, sharing nothing. But this is saying trust your gut this month. Your intuition is on point, but what you need to do is not get, don't get caught up in this. Don't let the tower shake you so badly that you can't pay attention to the still, small voice that is trying to tell you that this is taking you somewhere, that there's magic happening in your life. And if you, the Queen of Wands, can feel the magic happening in the air, if you can tap into what is going on, where are these synchronicities leading you? Like you're hearing the same song or the same quote or seeing the same image or message over and over and over again. What is it telling you, Scorpio? Where are the signs, the silent signs leading you? Trust them. They're really at play in your life. When Temperance is there, I always see that as like your guides are speaking to you. Your people are moving the chess pieces on the big board of life around so that you can find your way to the right spot. So trust that, believe that, have faith in that, and see the affirmations of that. The more that you see and acknowledge those synchronicities and the way that they're leading you, the more they multiply and the more they firm up, and you can read them, the bad ones and the good ones. You get bad synchronicities too. And you can turn away and pivot from those. You have so much beautiful stuff coming into your life because really, literally, every single one of your cards in March is a great card. A great card, like an actively positive, productive card, except for the Tower. And I shouldn't say that because the Tower can be quite productive, but it's not a quote-unquote positive card. For a lot of people, they do see it as a powerful, positive thing, which I'm one of them. I have a lot of planets in Scorpio. I recognize, and many recognize, the benefit of a shedding skin, even when it feels like it's being ripped off of you. And Scorpio, you know your power. You know what you've made it through. You know you can make it through this too. You know this is just another phase, another iteration. You've been reduced to ashes again, and the phoenix will rise. Scorpio, I'm not trying to pump you up. I'm not trying to stroke your ego. I'm trying to say let the skin be shed and be okay with it. Because you're growing. You're mastering your craft. And so this is saying this month, sometimes when I read, there are so many messages that it's like I almost get out of breath because I want to say so many things. Okay, so what Spirit wants to say about this Eight of Pentacles, and also about this Three of Pentacles, which it's so interesting. I think it's like 10 out of 12 signs have this card this month. They want you to focus on building yourself a foundation, building up your skills, honing your craft, like really putting the practical action underneath the desire. So putting in the work, sitting down and doing the thing, practice and build, and be willing to be humble about it and start from the beginning. Start from the bottom, work your way up. It's not going to take as long as you think, not remotely. It's just a matter of when you do it this way, you build a really great foundation instead of just kind of running in slapdash. And yes, you're smart enough, intuitive enough to make it work on the fly. But if you take the time now to really hone your skills, get some new skills, you're going to feel much more confident, and there's success ahead. There's success, and there's success with partnership. There's celebration. I mean, the Three of Cups is literally the party card. It's like, go out with your friends and drink and have a good time. Share your struggles and your victories and wine, women, and song. Like, and the Six of Wands is like public acclaim. So Scorpio, you can be quite hidden, quite, sorry about that, Scorpio. I was just saying that it's really exciting because you have these two cards right next to each other that are both about being celebrated. It's like being celebrated and celebrating. So it's like, celebrate every little win. Celebrate your growth. Look at what is really working in your life and really notice it and make a practice of noticing it. The more that you notice what is working and what is providing you results or joy or pleasure or fulfillment, the more of that you will manifest. Where your focus goes, grows, right? So if you're focused on, you could look at this reading and some people will see so much beauty and so much possibility, and some people will be right here. And what you will walk away from this video with is, oh my God, the Tower. There are so many ways to look at life, Scorpio. The best way for you to look at March is not to be like, oh my God, this Tower. The best way is to see the Tower just as it is. One small part of a huge tableau. And the tableau is colorful, it's dynamic, it's moving. And yes, the Tower is the catalyst that needed to set you off and fuel you to the top of the world. The world is nothing to sneeze at. This is victory, accomplishment, understanding, achievement. This is the final card in the tarot, the sum of all the lessons learned in one. This is like rising above and seeing your patterns and being like, oh, I get it now. Like if I change this, everything changes. That's what Spirit is saying. So there's a key to be discovered for you, Scorpio, in March. And I feel like it's centered around your professional life. And for many of you, the professional is inextricably linked with the creative. And it is your creative impulse which leads to destruction. And I don't mean that in a bad way, Scorpio. Like, that's your sign. Death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. It's the creative impulse which exploded something in your life either right before March or during March that was not fitting of you, that did not support your current evolution and the evolution that you're on your way toward. Trust that a skin has been shed. Trust that whether you've already lost it or you're losing it now, there are other things and better things, and you're going to grow, okay? Put your faith in that, but then put the action underneath the faith, and you can't be stopped. Okay, Scorpio? Nobody can stop you but you, and you already know that. Okay, now let's move on to your fiercely focused spread and see what kind of action steps Spirit has for you to take. Okay. First off, let's start with a theme for Scorpio to focus on in March for their highest, woo, good. Okay, woo, the Devil. That makes sense with the Tower. And for the Devil, I'm going to go ahead and pull what I call a prescription card for that. So let's see. Judgment. Appropriate. Judgment. What are you going to do about the devil? What are you going to do about feeling held back? What are you going to do about feeling trapped? What are you going to choose, Scorpio? Will you choose the bonds, or will you choose the equally terrifying prospect of freedom? They're both scary. Neither one of them is easy. You can feel quite safe in a too tight skin, but it'll always be too tight. Now, the big wide world is scary, but it allows you freedom. There's no judgment, haha, no pun intended, but there's no judgment on you, Scorpio, for whatever it is that you choose. You have to do what your soul is asking you to do, and not me, not spirit. Nobody is judging you for that. Nobody that matters anyway, and screw the people who are judging you. But spirit is saying for your highest good. They want you to know that breaking these bonds, breaking away from things that make you feel limited and small and like you have to remain in certain patterns that don't fit you anymore, that's not serving you. And you're willing, if you're willing to leave it behind, it's going to bring you back to life. Okay? Gabriel blows the horn and brings you back to life when you decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and lift these chains off of my neck and walk away because this guy is not nearly as scary or imposing as I think he is. Okay, so now let's look at what physical or financial steps you should be taking this month, since there's definitely a focus on your career and broadening and deepening your skills. It'll be interesting to see what Spirit has to say for you, Scorpio, in March 2017. Physical, financial in March. Yay! Queen of Pentacles, look at you. If any of y'all are worried about money, okay, I want to say don't. I know that's a simple answer. But the Queen of Pentacles is a creator, a nurturer, a savvy saver. You are going to have more than enough, and even enough to share, Scorpio. Again, put your focus on your faith. What talents do you have? You can bring in more income in March. The Queen of Pentacles is the Earth Mother, and Spirit is saying nurture your skills, nurture your talents, because they can make you money. So that's why they were saying sit down and hone your craft. So even if it is like you're opening an Etsy shop because you can knit or sew or paint or make jewelry or whatever, you have this opportunity to bring more wealth and stability and pleasure into your life in March. You should also make it a practice to enjoy the sensual pleasures around you, because earth signs love the way things feel, smell, taste. Take pleasure in that. Take pleasure in a freshly made bed and a delicious meal. Soak those things in. It's good for your health in March, okay? Okay. And now let's see what's going on for you emotionally. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean mentally. What you'll be thinking about, what you will be speaking, writing, communicating, reading about. What's on your mind in March. Indecision. Seems right up in line with the rest of your reading that it's hard. It's hard to shed a skin. It's hard to make a decision when you feel like damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I'd almost rather stay in suspended animation than go one way or the other, because either way I lose something. I lose certainty one way, and another way I lose something I've had for a really long time. You're a fixed sign, Scorpio, so you're an interesting dichotomy because you are the sign of transformation and you're willing to change and to break barriers and become, but you also really like things to stay the way they are. And you like to know exactly where you are at all times. Like with other people, in your job, in everything. You like to know what your place is. Right now, you're not going to know. Hi, buddy. Thurman's trying to visit your cards. My cat, I'm sorry. Right now, it's okay not to know everything. Be easy with yourself. Trust your intuition. Yes, Spirit is saying leave something behind, but again, you can make any decision that you want to, but I don't think that staying in stalemate is going to feel good. then the rest is up to you. There's no judgment. That's the sense that I feel from Spirit, is the stalemate won't feel good, and you'll know that you have to make a move one way or the other. Okay, so now, emotionally, well, okay, wow. It's like, okay, so I want to always say, these are general readings for one Scorpio, of course. These are going out to, everybody of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if any of this is resonating to the point or bringing up such strong questions that you'd like to get a one-on-one, I would love to work with you, and my shop is linked below in the description. I always say that tarot is not fatalistic, and it doesn't determine, it doesn't direct what happens, it reflects what happens, and you always have the free will to decide what you want to do. But I gotta say, Spirit is coming in like a freight train saying, leave something behind. Leave something behind that is stagnant, that is not moving, that is no longer nourishing you. There is more out there in the mystery than what was there in the finite number of cups that you had. You took this time, I understand it's so painful to put the emotional and energetic investment, finding these cups, filling them with water, arranging them, making them perfect, and then the water grew stagnant and poisonous, and now you have to walk away from it. Now it won't nourish you anymore, and we often try to go back to the way things were, but sometimes it's not possible. Often it's not possible. Scorpio, the change is coming, and you'll feel better, and the process will be more pleasurable if you make your choices. Again, no judgment. Do whatever you need to do, but make your choice, and the stuff that's not working for you, you're going to feel lighter of heart when you leave it. Wow. You are seriously like 10 or something out of 12 signs have gotten this card in this exact position. You're meant to defend yourself. You're meant to prize your view above certain other things and certain other people's opinions of you, okay? What other people think of you is none of your business, and fuck them. Sorry, Scorpio, I know that's exceptionally blunt, but really, it's like, what they think of you is none of your business. Don't waste your time thinking about it. Even though this is a card of defending yourself, Spirit is saying don't even waste your time like defending yourself. All that matters is that you do what matters to you and that you fight for what matters to you, but it's not about fighting against other people for what matters to you. It's fighting against yourself and your doubts, your limiting beliefs, your fears, and doing it anyway. When you do that, you're going to feel like $1 million. Okay? Scorpio, it's a month of transformation, and that's not easy, but that is your freaking specialty. Okay? After March, I feel like there's so much lightness and such a sense of like, I did it. Like, holy crap, I'm more powerful than I thought I was. So I'm excited to see what April brings for you. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope this is helpful and empowering for you. And if you have any questions or any insights you'd like to share, I would love to hear from you, whether in the comments or on social media. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, where I do daily tarot readings, weekly horoscopes, and some other cool stuff. I'd love to see you there, Scorpio. I hope you have a wonderful month, and that this transformation is like lead into gold. You're the sign of alchemy, never forget that. And I will see you in April, I hope, Scorpio. Have a great month. Bye-bye.